I've noticed, in our studio, it's strength training and it's all on equipment. So people coming in and exercising may or may not have ever done any Pilates or anything where you have to get down and up off the floor. And if we do want to get down on the floor, say to do an ab exercise, for some people, it is a very lengthy and precarious process to get down to the floor, hey Karen, onto the mat. And can't help but think, if it's so hard to get down to the ground on purpose, what will happen if we lose our balance and fall? It's really not going to go well. So it's a great thing for us to all kind of think about and anticipate this idea of getting up out of and down into the ground. And with Pilates, we'll all have a head start. But one of the most simple exercises that they recommend is, and let's all do this, everybody just lie flat. Completely flat, little shavasana. Keep a knee bend if you need to because your low back isn't warmed up yet. So just take a couple deep breaths here and really surrender the weight of your body into the ground. The ground is your friend. It's always here for you. And let's think a little bit before we move. We're going to slowly come up to standing, and we're just going to pay attention along the way to how we get there. And then we're going to come back down and we're going to try to reverse engineer how we got up. So pay attention to how you get up. What are your contact points and your orientations? And then see if you can repeat and backtrack the exact same as close as possible to get back down to right here. So take your time and just think about what is the kind of gentlest way that we can get out of the ground that will maybe also be gentle. And there's no right answer because, we all have different structures. What might also feel gentle when it's time to come back down. So again, just paying attention to how you're doing it, what your contact points are, what provides kind of the least sense of the floor is hard, I'm uncomfortable, anything like that. And so to the best of your ability, let's backtrack and try to come down the reverse exactly of how we got up. Nicely done. Nice deep breath, and again, really let yourself go to gravity, and feel free to keep bent knees if you're not ready for straight legs on this position. Now we're going to do just one more round of that. You could repeat exactly what you did if that worked out. You could try something different. When you get up to your feet, we're going to pause a second before we come back down. So go ahead and make your way. Yeah, take your time getting here. And since we're up, maybe let's go ahead and just do a few hip stirs each way. Now, as we backtrack and try to reverse what we just did to come up, coming back down, what I want you to just pay attention to is, what if you fell into that position? So for example, it's a really common thing to go via one knee, but if we have the toes tucked under, that's going to put us right on the kneecap. That is not something we want to fall onto. So again, don't worry about it if you end up on a kneecap. This is just something to notice. So each contact point with the floor, what if you kind of fell there? Would that feel okay? Would that be potentially injurious in some way? So for example, instead of being right on the kneecap, feel what it's like to be a little off to the side on more that shin muscle, instead of the bone. Maybe we can pass through that way, instead of being right on a bony bit. And then just same thing as you come down. Do we land on bony landmarks, or can we kind of land on soft tissue, because that can bruise, but it won't break? Yeah, awesome. Okay, good.